status. We are an occupied nation. At present, yes, our present concerns are human rights and X, Y, and Z, which are present concerns. But we must also address the greater problem, the root cause of the problem, which is illegal occupation by Pakistan.
Yeah. Under the Pakistani occupation, do the Baluch people have any measure of self-government or autonomy?
Absolutely not. They have puppet governments set up from time to time. But in 1973 was the first time that a fairly genuine Baluch nationalist government was formed. But after 8 months, which was headed by Sardar Ataullah Mengal, our nationalist leader, and after 8 months of that government's formation, the federal government dissolved it because it was talking for the rights of the Baluch people, for development in Baluchistan, and for a just and equal share of everything for Baluchistan, which is unacceptable to the Pakistani majority, the Punjabis, because they live upon our means and resources. And if we are going to have a share of that, they will have less of it.
Yeah, I understand that the Baluchistan region produces about 30% or more of Pakistan's natural gas.
Yes, it comes from the Sui gas fields, which has been very controversial because until I think the last decade, Baluchistan was not given any gas, and all the gas was pumped straight to Punjab province, where millions of people enjoyed the gas produced by Baluchistan. And Baluchistan was not only not given the gas, but not even given the revenues accumulated by the sale of that gas in other provinces.
Yeah, my understanding also that Baluchistan is one of the most impoverished regions of Pakistan, despite having this huge natural resource wealth.
It is the most impoverished region, where most average person is below the poverty line. And there is a greater design and an aim of the Pakistani majority, the Punjabi ruling elite. They want Baluchistan and the Baluch people to be kept, as second-class or third-class citizens. They do not promote education. They do not build hospitals. When they talk about developments, they talk about developments of army cantonments. At present, we have 69 paramilitary cantonments. We have 3 military cantonments.
What is cantonment?
Garrisons.
Garrisons.
Garrison is the correct word. Yeah. They call it cantonment, which dilutes the real image of the thing. They're garrisons. And there are 3 naval bases in Baluchistan, and 2 nuclear and biological testing sites. The Pakistan government tested the nuclear bomb in 1998 in Baluchistan, 100 kilometers from our national capital, Quetta. And the repercussions of that nuclear test are still coming to surface, and it's something to think about.
So they wouldn't do it in Punjab?
Oh, not at all.
They did it in Baluchistan?
In Baluchistan, yes.
And what have been the consequences in terms of people's health and contamination?
Contamination of water, radioactivity. There's been absolutely no international authority or nobody from the International Atomic Authority doing any kind of research or any kind of gauging of how much disasters taken place over there since. The malformations of animals, malformations of children, disabilities in children. It's absolutely very sad. But this has to be highlighted, that this was not coincidence. As it is not coincidence today that we have been subject of a cyclone this week. Over 1.5 million people have been made homeless. And the Pakistani authorities have done absolutely nothing. And today is the 15th day since we were hit by the floods and the cyclone. And I think just today on the news, Pakistani authorities said, yes, this is roughly along the scales of the earthquake, whereas it has caused more devastation than the earthquake had. But earthquake was their own people. Over here is the Baluch people. That is the distinction.
In terms of how Baluchistan is now run, is it all run by the central government in Pakistan, or is there some form of local government in the region as well?
There is provincial government, but who are pure puppets of Musharraf. They're Musharraf's rubber stamps who endorse everything Musharraf says is done, from the chief minister to the home minister to every ministry in Baluchistan. They are all not elected members. They're selected members by Musharraf through his false elections. And they serve the purpose of Musharraf. They are not the representative of Baluchi people.
And so I suppose that explains part of the reason why some groups have taken up armed resistance against the Pakistani occupation. Obviously, the opportunities for peaceful democratic change seem non-existent.
Yes, there are a number of reasons why numerous armed groups, I would not call them armed groups, Baloch patriots, have taken the course of action of armed struggle, because they feel very, they're not helpless, but they feel that any other form of struggle has yielded no results thus far.
60 years of
60 years
patience,
lobbying and hoping, because Pakistan has promised this great Islamic heaven would produce happiness for everyone, which is not the case. They have started armed struggle, which they had started from the day of occupation. This is not the first time the Baluch groups, they're being highlighted more because of international media, because of people like yourself who have taken interest in the deprivation, in the suppression of the Baluch people. Therefore it's getting highlighted. But the armed struggle has been continuously there.
And which groups are leading that battle?
There are a number of groups by a number of names. Who knows who these people are? Nobody has. They're underground groups who fight the army occupation. They are sometimes defamed by saying, oh, they kill civilians, whatever. I would not like to pass any judgment on their doings, whether it's right or wrong. But their main aim is, as they have clarified in the press all the time, is to target the army, the occupiers, who are coming over there to actually harm the local population. And technically we are undergoing social genocide, economic genocide, cultural genocide, which I think comes under the category of crimes against humanity. And this has been carried out by a general supported by the West on the basis that he is a partner in the war against terror, whereas he is the creator of terror himself. So it's a very complex question and a complex state of affairs, but yet very simple if one wants to simplify it and look at the situation.
And my understanding is that the Baluchistan Liberation Army, the BLA, has actually been prescribed by the United Kingdom government as a terrorist organisation.